Negative people are everywhere. In your family, at work, online, sometimes even in your own mind. But how you respond makes all the difference. This isn't about winning or changing them. It's about protecting your peace. Through the timeless wisdom of ancient spiritual teachings, you can rise above negativity with calm, clarity, and compassion. In this video, you'll learn how to deal with negative people without becoming negative yourself. Lesson 1. Maintain your own positive energy. When someone around you is constantly negative, it's easy to absorb that energy. It creeps in slowly. Their anger, complaints, or criticism can feel like a storm. But remember this, you don't have to stand in the rain. One of the most powerful things you can do is protect your own inner peace. Your energy is like a lamp. If someone tries to blow it out, shield it. Don't let the wind take your light. You do this by staying centered. Begin each day with a moment of stillness. Breathe deeply. Remind yourself of who you are. No matter what comes your way, you decide how to respond. Choose peace over reaction. When you feel your mood dipping because of someone's negativity, pause. Step back, mentally or physically. Remind yourself that their emotions are theirs, not yours. Practice gratitude. Think of 3 things you're thankful for whenever you feel overwhelmed. Gratitude uplifts your spirit. It returns your attention to the present, and it reminds you of what's good, even in moments of darkness. Positivity isn't pretending everything's fine. It's choosing to focus on what you can control. Be the calm in the chaos. When others lash out, stay grounded. Smile, not to mock them, but to remind yourself of your own strength. This doesn't mean you ignore their pain. It means you choose not to add more pain to the world. Protecting your energy is not selfish. It's necessary. If you're drained, you have nothing to give. But when your light is strong, others can feel it. You become a quiet example, a peaceful presence, a reminder that even in a world full of storms, peace is still possible. Keep your energy steady. Let it be the foundation for how you face every situation, no matter how difficult. Lesson 2. Listen to them with empathy. When someone is negative, it's usually a sign of inner suffering. People don't just complain for no reason. There's pain beneath the surface, fear, frustration, loneliness. Instead of reacting with annoyance or judgment, try listening with empathy. Not to fix them, not to argue, but to understand. Empathy softens tension. It transforms conversations. When you listen deeply, you make the other person feel seen. That simple act can calm even the harshest words. Let them speak. Let them vent. Let them be heard. Often, that's all someone needs. Not advice, not correction, just space to be understood. This doesn't mean you accept harmful behavior. It means you choose compassion over conflict. Listening with empathy doesn't make you weak. It makes you wise. You're no longer reacting from emotion. You're responding from awareness. That shift changes everything. When someone complains to you or shares their negativity, take a deep breath. Look them in the eye, nod gently. Say things like, "That sounds hard," or "I'm here for you." These simple words create safety. They build bridges instead of walls. Even if you disagree with them, you can still acknowledge their feelings. Everyone experiences life differently. Just because their pain looks different from yours doesn't mean it's not real. The practice of empathy helps you see the human behind the words. And sometimes empathy means silence. You don't always need to reply. Just being present is powerful. When someone realizes they're being heard, they often soften on their own. But here's the key. Don't lose yourself while listening. Keep your peace. Feel their pain without carrying it. Like watching a storm from inside a warm house. You see it, you understand it, but you remain safe. Empathy turns negativity into an opportunity to connect, to show kindness, to break the cycle of pain. The more you practice it, the easier it becomes, and the more peace you spread, without even saying much at all. Lesson 3. Set clear boundaries. Compassion does not mean becoming a doormat. You can be kind and firm at the same time. Boundaries are how you protect your peace and energy. They tell others how you expect to be treated, not with anger, but with quiet strength. Many people fear setting boundaries. They think it's rude or unkind. But the truth is, boundaries are healthy. They're a form of self-respect. You're not punishing the other person. You're simply saying, this is what I need to stay well. If someone constantly complains to you, drains you, or disrespects you, it's okay to say, I care about you, but I can't keep having the same conversation every day. Irene, I'm not in the right headspace to talk about this right now. You're not rejecting them. You're protecting both of you from further harm. Boundaries create clarity. Without them, resentment grows. You start to feel bitter or exhausted. But with clear limits, relationships become more honest and balanced. It's not about control, it's about mutual respect. The key is to communicate calmly. Don't wait until you're angry. Speak when you're centered. Use a soft tone. Make it about your needs, not their faults. I feel overwhelmed when we always focus on problems. Can we talk about something lighter today? Sometimes people will push back. They may accuse you of being cold or selfish. That's okay. Their reaction doesn't mean you're wrong. It just means they're adjusting to the new boundary. Stand firm. Over time, those who truly care will understand. If someone repeatedly ignores your boundaries, that tells you something. You may need to step further back. You don't have to explain yourself over and over. Once is enough. The rest is your action. Boundaries are not walls. They're fences with gates. You decide when and how to let people in. This balance allows you to love others without losing yourself. It helps you respond with kindness, without being consumed by another's pain. Set your boundaries like a gentle riverbank, soft but strong enough to guide the flow. Let them shape how your peace moves through the world. Lesson 4. Don't take their negativity personally. It's tempting to feel attacked when someone is negative toward you. Their words sting. Their tone feels sharp. But often it's not about you at all. People carry wounds you cannot see, and sometimes they pour those wounds onto others. Here's a powerful truth. What people say about you often reveals more about them than you. Their frustration, bitterness, or anger is a reflection of their inner world, not yours. Don't make it your burden to carry. If someone lashes out or speaks harshly, pause, breathe. Remind yourself, this is not mine. You can choose to observe their pain without becoming it. Like watching clouds pass by. They don't belong to you. Taking things personally traps you in a cycle of reaction. You start to feel defensive, angry, or hurt. But when you step back, you break that cycle. You realize that their negativity is their story, not your identity. This practice takes time, especially when the negative person is someone close, a family member, a friend. You may feel responsible for their happiness, but you are not. You can care for them without carrying their emotions. One helpful trick is to imagine a mirror between you and the person. Whatever they throw bounces back, not in revenge, but in reflection. You stay unaffected, calm, grounded, and if any words hurt, let them pass like leaves on a stream. Don't grasp them. Don't replay them. Let them go. Choosing not to take things personally doesn't mean you tolerate abuse. It means you no longer attach your self-worth to someone else's words. You protect your peace by staying detached, not cold, but clear. When you no longer absorb the negativity of others, you gain power. You can respond with calm instead of chaos. You can stay kind even in the face of cruelty. And you can keep walking your path without being shaken by the storms of others. The less you take personally, the more peace you find. And in that peace, you become a light, quiet, steady, and impossible to dim. Lesson 5. Offer solutions instead of dwelling on problems. Negativity often thrives in conversations stuck on problems. Complaints circle around and around. Nothing changes, just more talk about what's wrong. If you want to break that pattern, shift the focus gently, from problems to possibilities. You don't have to fix everything, but you can offer a different perspective, a small seed of hope, a new way to look at things. Sometimes people just need a little light to see the way out of their darkness. Start by acknowledging their feelings. That sounds tough. Then guide the conversation forward. Have you thought about trying this? Or, what could make things better, even a little? These kinds of questions move the energy. They open the door to change. Offering solutions isn't about giving advice all the time. It's about inspiring hope, encouraging action, reminding the other person that they are not stuck forever. Keep your tone light. Avoid sounding like a teacher or a fixer. Instead, share stories or suggestions with warmth and humility. I went through something similar once. Here's what helped me. That feels more human, more relatable. And sometimes the solution isn't external. It's about how we see the situation. A shift in mindset. Remind them gently that peace doesn't always mean everything is perfect. Sometimes peace means accepting what is and choosing how to respond. Avoid getting pulled into the spiral of complaints. It's okay to redirect the topic when the conversation becomes heavy. You were not ignoring their pain. You were helping them see that there is a path beyond it. Over time, they may begin to catch themselves. They might even start to look for solutions on their own. Your calm, hopeful presence becomes a quiet example. You're not pushing them. You're walking beside them, pointing toward the light. By choosing to offer solutions instead of dwelling on problems, you protect your own spirit. You avoid the trap of endless negativity, and you empower others to rise with you. Be the one who brings fresh air into a suffocating room, who opens windows when everyone else is staring at the wall. That's not just helpful, it's healing. Sin 6. Subtly shift the conversation to a positive topic. Sometimes you won't be able to change a person's mindset directly, but you can gently guide the conversation away from what drags you down. A subtle shift in topic can make all the difference, not just for you, but for them too. When someone is stuck in negative talk, don't argue. Arguing only fuels the fire. Instead, acknowledge what they said, then steer the direction, like gently turning a boat away from a storm. You might say, "That sounds really frustrating. By the way, how's your garden doing these days?" Or, "That reminds me of something good that happened recently." You're not pretending the problem doesn't exist. You're choosing not to stay trapped in it. Life has both shadows and sunlight. By shifting focus, you remind others that the light is still there, even when the sky feels dark. Changing the topic doesn't need to feel forced. It can be as simple as sharing a funny story, talking about something you're looking forward to, or asking a light question. Humor and warmth are powerful tools. They open hearts and lift moods without any pressure. Sometimes people don't even realize how negative they've become. They've grown used to it. Your small shift can gently show them another way. Over time, they may start to catch themselves and even welcome the change. This method also helps you. If you're always absorbing negative stories, it starts to wear on your own spirit. Redirecting the energy gives you space to breathe, to smile, to feel human again. Remember, your goal isn't to change their personality. It's to protect your peace. You're planting seeds of light in a conversation that's becoming too heavy. You might not see them grow immediately, but they make a difference. Practice this skill with patience. It's not about being clever, it's about being kind. And kindness, when expressed through calm redirection, is one of the softest and strongest powers in the world. When the tone gets heavy, lighten it with presence. When the topic sinks, lift it with curiosity. Be the person who brings balance, not by force, but by grace. Quietly shifting toward the good can change a moment, and sometimes it can even change a heart. Lesson 7. Limit your exposure to them. No matter how kind or compassionate you are, you have limits, and that's okay. Some people's negativity is constant. It doesn't change. If you spend too much time around them, you begin to suffer too. That is why one of the most important acts of self-care is limiting your exposure to toxic energy. This isn't about judging or abandoning someone. It's about being honest with yourself. If someone consistently brings you down and every interaction leaves you drained, that's a sign. You need space, not to punish them, but to protect your own well-being. You can love someone from a distance. You can care without constant contact. Limiting your exposure is not unkind. In fact, it can be the most loving choice for both of you. Because when you're constantly around someone who spreads negativity, you begin to change too. You get pulled into arguments, stress, or even hopelessness. You're not made to carry everyone's weight. You have your own life, your own growth, your own peace to protect. That's not selfish. It's wise. Being selective with your time is not about rejection. It's about preservation. Start by noticing how you feel after spending time with certain people. If someone always leaves you feeling anxious, exhausted, or sad, take a step back. Spend less time with them. Choose shorter conversations. Don't always respond right away. Give yourself space to breathe and reset. Fill that space with people who lift you up, who bring light instead of shadows, who share laughter, hope, and calm. You become who you spend time with. Choose wisely. If the negative person is someone close, like a family member, this can be harder, but even then boundaries can be set. You don't have to attend every argument. You don't have to answer every call. Create emotional space, even if physical space isn't possible. Peace grows when you stop watering what drains you. Be kind, but be careful. Give from a full cup, not an empty one. You are not cold for walking away from what harms your spirit. You are simply choosing light over darkness, and that is not weakness, that is strength. Lesson 8. Don't try to fix them. One of the most exhausting traps is believing it's your job to fix someone. You see them hurting, complaining, repeating the same negative patterns. You want to help, to change them, to make them see the light. But here's the truth. You can't fix someone who doesn't want to grow. Trying to fix people drains your energy and often leads to frustration. You give advice, they ignore it. You offer support, they reject it. The cycle repeats, and you're left feeling helpless and tired. That's because real change must come from within, not from pressure, not from force. Compassion doesn't mean rescuing others from their own lessons. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is step back. Let them experience their own path. Let them stumble, learn, and rise on their own terms. Offer your presence, not your solution. Be a mirror, not a mechanic. Let your calm be the invitation. Let your peace speak louder than your words. That quiet strength can often inspire more change than any advice. It's painful to watch someone suffer, but forcing change often backfires. It creates resistance, or worse, it pulls you into their chaos. You lose yourself trying to save someone else, and in the process, you begin to drown too. Your job is not to be their healer. Your job is to be your own. Lead by example, show what peace looks like, what self-respect looks like, what calm looks like. They may or may not follow. That's their choice. Let go of the burden of fixing. It's not yours to carry. Release the pressure to save someone who isn't ready. Instead, focus on what you can control, your own behavior, your own heart, your own path. This doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you care wisely, with balance, with awareness. Love doesn't always mean stepping in. Sometimes it means stepping back. You are not responsible for someone else's happiness. You are responsible for your own. Let them walk their journey while you walk yours, with patience, compassion, and the deep understanding that healing is an inside job. Only they can take the steps when they're ready. Lesson 9. Know when to walk away from the conversation. Sometimes the best response is no response, not out of anger, but out of peace. When a conversation becomes toxic, when the energy turns heavy and hostile, walking away isn't weakness, it's wisdom. You're allowed to leave when someone keeps pulling you into negativity. You're allowed to protect your heart. If the conversation turns into a loop of blame, bitterness, or insult, stop trying to win. You don't have to explain. You don't have to convince. Silence is sometimes the loudest answer. Staying in a harmful conversation doesn't prove your patience. It just drains your soul. Walking away shows that you value yourself enough not to stay where you are not respected or understood. But walking away doesn't mean slamming the door. Do it with grace, with calm. Say something simple like, "Let's continue this later," or, "I think we're going in circles, so I'll take a break." You can even walk away without words. Let your energy speak. You don't need the last word. You don't need to fix the moment, you just need to choose peace. And sometimes peace comes from leaving the noise behind. This is especially important when someone is trying to provoke you. They want a reaction. They want a fight. The more you engage, the more power you give them, but when you walk away, you take back your control. Your energy is sacred. Don't waste it on battles that lead nowhere. Know your limits. Know your worth. You are not cold for leaving. You are clear. And when you walk away, walk towards something better. Take a breath. Go outside. Listen to music. Talk to someone who uplifts you. Return to the present. Refill your cup. The goal is not to run from every hard conversation. Some are necessary. But when a conversation becomes harmful, it's not avoidance. It's wisdom to step away. Let go with love. Let go with light. You don't have to carry every word, every wound, every mood that others try to place on you. Be free enough to say, "This isn't for me," and strong enough to walk on with peace in your step and calm in your heart. You can't control how others act, but you can control how you respond. Responding to negativity without becoming negative is a daily practice, a quiet strength, a deep wisdom. Choose calm over chaos, compassion over conflict, silence over shouting. And most of all, protect your light. You are not here to absorb darkness. You are here to shine through it. And in doing so, you become the peace others never expected, but always needed.